Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our coverage of SoCal Stage 24, the premier DanceRush Stardom Tournament series hosted in lovely Southern California, hosted by Henry Zhang. We are actually continuing our interviews of our finalists going into tournament day. We had a grueling online qualifiers, and we have narrowed down that field of around 40 down to about 8. Today I'm joined by actually our 8th seed coming out of the qualifiers and 8th seed going into finals day. We have Mariocool4. He will be representing South Center Mall, playing out of Seattle. I believe he prefers to go by Aaron, so from here on out I'm actually going to reference him as Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. My today went very well. I'm just chilling. Yeah. My name is Aaron. I'm from Seattle. I play in the South Center crew. And yeah.
Gotta represent Seattle. I mean, I'm speaking on that, right? Like, how does it feel to be a part of that crew? Because for a while we weren't sure what that scene was. I mean, I knew everyone sort of knew Ryu, but everyone else maybe we hadn't known so well. But you guys were the ones that took up 3 of the 8 spots. I mean, we have what, 2 SoCal,
Mm,
2 Chicago, which are brothers, 1 from New York, and Seattle took up
yeah.
3. So what are your thoughts on that and representing Seattle in that way?
Uh, I thought it's, I thought it's kind of interesting. I think when we were going in, and like kind of everybody else like kind of watching, we kind of came to this consensus. That I was like, the top two is probably like Min or like Rocket, and then Vandy, and like okay, like those are the top two. Like
Mhm.
maybe if one of us was lucky enough to get in, that'd be like kind of great. But yeah, I was kind of shocked when I got in. So I'm like, oh god, it's like gotta do my best, and everything and stuff like that. But I think it's pretty cool because um I think beforehand, like with all the other tournaments, like maybe like Mystic on the Lake,
Mhm.
Eclipse, like the only person who went was like Randy. He
Right.
was like the only representative from Seattle,
Right.
and then didn't have any other reps, but it was just him. Um, and then kind of like going from 1 to 3 reps is kind of it's kind of amazing to see that.
Oh, for sure.
Um, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess like I don't know if I'm going side circuit, but there's like a kind of fun fact I did told Randy before. I don't know if he remembers this, but I think it's like beginning, like maybe the end of near the last like this past year, like 2023, or like beginning of this year. I remember like told Randy, it's like mistake on the lake. I'm gonna come with you. Like that's my goal. I'm gonna come with you, join you with that. And then mistake like didn't happen. So
Right, which is unfortunate. Yeah,
yeah, it's
rest in peace.
unfortunate. Like it just like didn't happen, and then but made it to SoCal. So that's where we are right now. So let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, and speaking on that personally, right? I think one of the things in talking with Randy or Ryu, as I will call him, because that's just easier for me, that I think one of the things he was proud of coming out of stage 3 was like he was actively working on trying to build the community there and level everyone up. And I think to see that growth, the fact that you guys are now 3 deep as finalists, like what does that mean for you personally? I want to say, like, it's been 2 to 3 weeks since the finalist results have come out. Like, what does that mean for you personally that you made it back as a finalist?
Um, it's kind of interesting per se. Um, I think for me personally, uh, I started playing back in like I started playing DRS like in general like back in 2018 when the game came out,
Mm-hmm.
but well I kind of stopped playing when COVID happens, and then I can dive this deep more later on, but I came back maybe like I think it was like 20 maybe 2020 or 2023. Maybe it was like 2023. It was 2023. When we had a SakuCon up in Seattle at Anime Expo, and then they have Dance Rush. And I haven't played Dance Rush in a while, or I went to round one in a long
Mm-hmm.
time since then. Since like back when I used to play often, but then I just played DS at the convention and happened to stumble upon like some people from the community, and then that kind of benches off into like me kind of coming weekly, and then
Mm-hmm.
um, man, it's I don't know. This is kind of side story, but I recorded a video of me like pointing at that there's like a showcase, like you just play your favorite song and
Right.
have fun with that. And then yeah, I recorded my video. I was like, I remember at the time, I was like so proud. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Look at this. Like, I felt great about it. I was like, yeah, this is the best I put into. Now I'm like looking back, like now I'm like, this is disgusting. Why am I look? This is cringe. I can't watch it. It was like, oh my god, I just see so much mistakes. And like, I guess for me, like, I guess like when I came back and playing like regularly like, every week, I'm getting a lot of growth off of it, and then it's just kind of this growth from last year to here, and then kind of seeing that growth like improve on. It's like kind of seeing my like I guess like seeing the result being put into something, and just
Yeah.
it feels great. In that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should definitely feel proud of being able to make it finals. Because let's be real here. I mean, I'm sure you've watched a bunch of those submissions. There were some really good people that didn't make it in. And I'm not here to say whether or not top 8 was I think the top 8, yourself included, like was very well deserved. But that's just not to take away from the fact that there are some people that definitely were probably good enough to make it in, and for whatever reason score not quite enough style, just couldn't make it in, right? So let's talk about then you as a dancer, and specifically your style. And truthfully, I haven't watched you much outside of just the submission, but based off the submission, I think for me there were like 3 really big things that stuck out to me. Number 1, you're a very like shuffle heavy dancer, which is great in a game like Dance Rush, and I think you have probably in my mind the most defined shuffle. Maybe yours is Sprite, right? But it's very powerful, it's very clean, and it's very defined. I love that your movement on the pad is wild. Like there were times where it looked like you were almost falling off the pad with how much you were using the entire space given. And truthfully, not a lot of people do that. They just stick to like the 4 cardinal directions in their little corner. And then the last thing for me, which I really want to touch upon, were your shoes during your submission. Was Before we talk more about your style, can I just nerd out about your shoes for a second?
Go ahead.
Because I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because of your style and the way you like to do your running mans, but your shoes really sold your running mans. I don't know how to describe it. It looked like you were gliding so well. I don't even know what model shoes they were, but I'm just watching. I couldn't stop watching how your feet were moving and how it was gliding all over the pad. So I wanted you to speak on that first, I guess, before we jump into your style. Like, what was the decision behind picking those shoes, I guess?
Okay, I guess so. Like, I'll be honest. I don't know what is that shoes called. I don't know what is actually called. I'm sorry if somebody is watching this and they actually know. Please tell me because I want to buy something else like that again. I want to buy a new pair because it actually is nice. But I kind of like in general shoes for me. Like I kind of like those high tops one where they kind of cover the like more kind of go like more longer in top like in length. I don't know how to describe it, but I think the distinct part of those shoes is like the shoes itself are like not. It's like kind of similar in color, but like there's like something that's different. If that makes sense. Like if you look back at my shoes, it's like I think like maybe like some colors like are completely different from another, and that's what I really like about it. So like one color, it's like I think I think the left side's like probably blue, and then the other side's like red.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I kind of like this like reddish purplish color. And when I first saw the shoes, I was like looking at like this is so weird. I don't like it. I was like actually gonna buy like, some other pair of shoes like at the time. I was thinking between that shoes and like there's like normal like Nike like black and white shoes and I thought about it, I was like no, I'll just take this one. I like this is unique, and then I end up liking it like a lot because like it's of that, and then I kind of like those like 2 separate like color. It's similar style, but like 2 separate separate in color. Like one side's like blue and one side's red. Kind of reminds me of DDR a bit if you remember.
Yeah.
It's like if you see like the DDR like white machines like blues on top and like up and down like purple. It's like it's like it kind of like that. Also similar to DanceRush too, left and right. But yeah, those shoes like I kind of like them, and if somebody can tell me what model they are, like what genre that is, I want something similar to that vein.
Yeah, you absolutely need to bring them to Tourney Day. Speaking on that submission a little bit more, I mean, we were talking a little bit about that style, and I know I haven't really given you a chance to dive into it, but What was the sort of reasoning for choosing "Love You," your submission song? Because in my mind, and in rewatching that chart, it's a very like quote unquote basic chart. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Running Man's into T steps one direction, into Running Man's into T steps the other direction, maybe a little bit Charleston's, a few downs, right? Versus, I guess if you were to analyze some of the other participants and the other finalists, like they try to go like really flashy, do a lot of different things. Like, what was your decision to pick "Love You"? Was it just purely because you felt your style lended to that? Like, why was that your submission song?
Um, I think this. Okay, I'll give some context. So when I first was trying to think of a song, I didn't know what to pick, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think
You're not the only one.
I yeah. So like initially, I didn't think about like I was like submit for fun and see like if I make it, I'll make it. So I was initially just going to do like Body Walk. I
Ooh, yeah.
really yeah, I really enjoyed that song, and I actually did that song for like a tourney for like last year, from in like like in the local tourney in like Seattle,
Yeah.
hosted by Shipa. And I did volleyball, so I was about to just do that again because I feel like what I did like back then is now to now is like completely different. So like I was like, oh, this is sort of goes. But when I was playing it, like when I was doing the recordings for it, it didn't feel natural. Like
It
it
didn't?
felt yeah, it didn't feel like I don't know. Like when I played, it didn't feel like I felt like I was forcing myself to just playing it. And then, like, I didn't like
Mm,
feel like I didn't feel the vibe with the song or like feel the flow with the music, and then it's like it felt really off.
mhm.
And then I was like, and it kind of and then that situation I was like in the panic I was like, crap, I need a song because like if like because like for me when I feel like I'm playing the best when I'm like feeling the song like I want
Right.
to play this like I want to play this song let's play it again like I'm actually liking it so if I so when I when Ball Walk didn't work I'm like
Mm,
oh what song do I do and then I don't know what caused I think I just love you
mhm.
because like a couple reasons. So one, usually for me, I like songs that are like, how do you say like, the chart kind of indicates what to do. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, so like it's not like completely empty, but there's like something. So like I kind of follow the chart because I don't can't just freestyle on my own by myself. But I try to like build off the chart and play around it.
Mhm.
The second thing, I think the one thing that caught my attention while like looking at the like this the 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 ju- the the PDF document of
Yeah.
the the submissions was the video camera. So like so I'm not gonna put duct tape on my phone and like constantly
Yeah.
like do it over again because like it's not consistent. Like the most
I agree.
consistent one is like put it on the number pad and like call it end of the day. But so like my idea was like okay, my focus was on that number pad, and I was thinking like how could I play around the idea because
Interesting.
like I remember I think I don't know if it's on that, but I remember seeing like yeah they wanted to see how you interact with that number pad or like with that camera or would they want to be more they want you to see if you think about where the camera is
Yeah.
or like if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I was like thinking about like what to do with that. I don't think I did it quote unquote well on it, but because I dropped one step, but so when I did when I finalized doing Love You because I was like I felt the vibe for it. Um, I was thinking like how I can do the do that camera position. So like this is like in front of me, and like I thought about like oh, was like was treated as like a quote unquote mirror, right?
Mhm.
As a like was set out to like it was set out something to go on a date. So I was thinking like it was like some stupid date poses like you see on cartoons like it's like fixing your shit like doing like this thing stuff like that or like
Yeah, you were playing
um
around with your hoodie a bit. I do remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was like trying to like trying to like yeah, I'm going on this date. That's like that's the vibe I got if I from Love You because like
Mm.
so that's like this like that was the idea and then I was doing like this smile thing because like let's just fix it
Yeah,
up
I saw it was like a smile and then a little like a this move at the end.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah so like actually that concept was from I think Henry sent this video but I don't know if it was on like the maybe it was on Discord but he like showed it like sent like a video like how to do like some dance, like some basic dance thing. I forgot. It was like this video.
Sounds like Henry, to be honest
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
got this video, but I remember. Well, I was like, it wasn't that video. The funny part is, like, it was like recommended video. It's a recommendation from that same channel.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
how to smile, and I was like, well, how to change your facial expression, or how to keep your facial expression while like dancing.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, just use that because I love you. It's like this like changes found to like a smile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was my idea. Um,
Yeah, that was definitely a nice like button, like right at the middle of that song, which I thought was great. Yeah, so knowing that then, right? And I think you have those elements of like I know you mentioned that you may not be comfortable freestyling, but clearly those elements are there, right? You're already thinking about like facial expressions, right? You're already thinking about, oh, naturally my body wants to do these sort of moves, right? Like playing
mhm.
around with the hoodie then. So let's transition that. Like, how do you think and what are your expectations then on tournament day? Because now, right, that whole dynamic changes, right? Camera angle changes. Now you gotta be battling someone. It's not just by yourself, and you don't get multiple chances at it, right? This is what I'd like to call like true dance rush. Like you're playing against some random. They pick a song you might not be comfortable with. You're like, okay, let's run it. I just gotta do it on the spot, right? How do you feel, and what are your expectations going into it? Even though you mentioned, hey, maybe I may not be as strong freestyling. Like, what are your expectations going into the tournament day then?
Um, there's a, like a lot of nervousness. I always
Mm-hmm.
say that. I guess like this is I would say it when I after my submission. Okay, funny. When I after watch my submission,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I hate the submission now. Now I'm like, I can't bear to watch the submission. But I'm like looking at back and like seeing like, okay, this one went well. This doesn't went well.
Right.
Like looking at, like I asked like all the judges like for the feedback, like ask for the feedback and see what I can get, and trying to look off the feedbacks and then like trying to see, okay, let's just play around it. And then I've been just like trying to think like what songs I generally like and then try to practice it more. I've been trying to practice it more and practice like more other styles that may work for tournament day that I can do within like a reasonable time. Now like I'm not
Right.
gonna do like some alpha kicks like with men and like yeah, let's alpha kick guys. And, like I
Right, right,
can't do
right.
that
You're not
within
gonna
like
start
under a
popping
month.
like Randy or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah, like I'm just like not like something reasonable,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe do the waves like that, but I'm trying to think like what I can do for songs to like kind of like kind of look outside the box per se and
Right.
trying to like and that's something and it's like think of songs that fit my vibes. I'm trying to have fun with that and like trying to think like what I can do like uniquely because I feel like I think I have the most energy from out of the group per se like
It's up there for sure. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So like I'm trying to think like how I can convey that energy like to the audience per se and then
Mm.
try to like do that.
So I think the unique thing there is that so have you had a chance to look at the final song pool?
Yes.
Okay. So Henry picked that out and he purposely tried to make it so that it was very diverse, and I thought he did a pretty good job about that. In talking with a lot of finalists, I think most of the finalists have like a few that they're really good at because it matches their style, and a few that they're worried about. You know, the casual ones hate the hard style, and the hard style dancers don't like the casual ones as well. When I look at your style, I feel like you could probably adapt it to both. Now, maybe it may not be as high as the people that specialize in those styles, but in my mind, I feel like you could easily adapt it to both. So I wanted to ask you from your own perspective, do you feel like there are songs in that pool that are your strengths or your weaknesses, and what might they be if you're willing to even let us know what they might be?
Hold on, let me pull up the songs list again.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
up there
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
I don't have it
okay.
on me off the top of my head.
I have my phone. Okay. Um, yeah, kind of looking at the songs list.
Well,
I got
maybe
it.
yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll start with this. Um, I'll be honest. I actually don't know how to define my style per se
Mm-hmm.
in terms of dance. Like you could say I have high energy, but like that's not a style. That's
Right.
like high energy, right?
That's just like an
I was
expression. Yeah.
it's like expression, right? Like I don't know how to define my style. Like I was talking to like a friend about this, about like, yo, how do you define my style? Like I don't know like how to describe it. Like you have like men out there like doing like pop, like locking and stuff
Right.
like that. Then you have men doing popping and hip hop, and like I'm not like that level, but like, I could probably do it. And like I guess I'm all rounded, but like yeah, that kind of fits like why I can do like maybe both style a bit and trying to learn, but like I don't have like a distinct style, which is kind of interesting per se. But yeah.
No, I think that's a. I think you bring up a good point because I think a lot of people in talking with them, particularly the ones at PHM because that's where I'm from, but just like talking about you and talking about the submissions is like we were having trouble putting you there. I think the one big thing that everyone agreed upon was that you're a really strong shuffler, because truthfully, some of the players may not be as strong of a shuffler as you are, just based purely on the submissions. And I know some of them are hiding a little bit about how much they can shuffle because they chose songs where it wasn't
Like,
really emphasized there. But I think in that way, if we were to define or put a definition to sort of your style, I think shuffler should definitely be a tag up there because of how
yeah.
defined it is and how strong I feel you are as a shuffler.
I agree. I usually don't think of shuffling as my song style, but I do enjoy it. Just like maybe it's like I could venture to like I'm not into like cutting shapes, but I'm trying to kind of pick it up a bit. Like I have like there's like some people from South America that does it.
Right.
But it's not like my this is not like a strong suit per se, but like I do generally do the running mans and like those stuff like pretty well in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, based off what I'm seeing, that I mean, it doesn't look like you need much improvement in that particular area. I think that looks great. So I mean, I think we covered a lot of the sort of just the atmosphere going into the tournament. I think the one thing I wanted to ask you before I have one final question that I need to be asking all the Seattle boys in particular, as you will see. But you mentioned that you played in a tournament in locally at South Center Mall. I believe it's called Seaside Shuffle. I believe
Mhm.
is what you had mentioned before. How does it? How do you feel that's going to help you going into this tournament, and in particular the fact that now you're traveling, right, and you're not going to be playing at home where it may or may not be more comfortable.
Um, I'm trying to think real quick. I think from that, I think it maybe for that with my first tournament, maybe it helps with the nerves a bit more.
Hmm.
There's like I'm not going and playing and like not going to be like very nervous on like the day of the tournament,
Right.
but it I it kind of gave me some ideas how to play with the audience per se because like I think one of the judges, I believe Bryson, he was like one of the judges for that tournament and he is like I think we kind of mutually agreed that he was like kind of looking out for like maybe like audience like participation per se like or like engaging with the audience and then taking that account is kind of what I'm looking into in per
Hmm.
se and then that's kind of like helping me look what I'm trying to like help build on per se.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, it's good. I think having that is really, really good because I like our top seed, Young Haas. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
never done a Dance Rush tournament
Oh
ever.
my,
Like,
really?
or he was planning on going Mistake on the Lake, and this and that. But in talking with him, like it's his first one, and you know everyone else like Randy has plenty of experience, right? So I think it's nice that you have some, but it's a wide range, right? All the finalists
Yeah.
have some have more than others. I think the last thing before we end off here, so I interviewed Randy. I want to say I think last night or 2 nights ago. I think it was last night. But one of the things that happened, and he purposely wanted me to tell you all this, was that so Sprite, one of your fellow finalists, uh, in interviewing him, he actually specifically called out Seattle, and he was saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, he was saying along the lines of, he called you all individually by name and was like, hey, I want you guys to know, like, your tournament run ends with me. Like, if I play any of you guys, I'm gunning for you guys. And even if I don't win, if you guys are gonna win, you're gonna have to go through me. And I know he wanted to purposely bring in the fire, so I wanted to give you sort of the last opportunity a little bit to respond and see if you had any responses there.
Uh, I guess bringing it on, I guess.
I mean, it's fine. To be fair, I think Randy was a little bit not stunned, but just wasn't quite sure what he wanted to say. So he put no comment. So no big deal if you don't got anything. But I hope hopefully you three see that and you guys can be like, okay, we'll be ready.
Yeah.
I think that'll
I
be
mean,
great. Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for it today actually, so I can't wait to see what happens.
Hell yeah. Well, um, on behalf of Aaron here, Mariocool4, if you would like to go and support him more going into the final stage, we will have our finals bracket in person August 10th in Puente Hills Mall in lovely, bright and sunny Southern California. If you could come by and drop by and come support Aaron and all the other competitors, that would be great. If you cannot find your time to go out there and would like to watch it on stream, we will have it on stream on YouTube, Henry Zhang's YouTube channel. But before I end it off here, I wanted to give Aaron here the final word. Was there anything else you wanted to say potentially for the viewers that may or may not be watching?
Come down to Seattle if you have the chance and say hi. We mostly are kind of really active on Fridays from like maybe like in the evenings, like from 5 to maybe 9. So come down, see what Seattle's doing, and yeah, hang out.
I mean, if Seattle's got 3 in the finalists, maybe that's the new Mecca. Maybe we all got to start going up there to Seattle. So maybe that's it. But thank you for that. Thank you for that, Aaron. On behalf of Aaron, on behalf of Henry Zhang, and on behalf of everyone else representing SoCal Stage 24, that'll do it for us today. You can check out Aaron Tournament Day, August 10th. Thank you guys so much.